How's it going, everyone? It's GadgetsBoy. Welcome to another video. And next to me, I have the new Huawei MateView, and it's one of the couple of monitors that they've released, and it's aimed at the professionals out there. So maybe office work or even photo editing, that kind of stuff. You can do that just on this as well. And it's also great as well if you also have or already have other Huawei devices like your Huawei smartphones, Huawei tablet devices, or even a laptop as well. You'll be able to connect that to this wirelessly with cables. You can connect very easily, and it's got some quirky bits to it as well, which we'll go through as well. But before we get into that though, if this is your first time around here, please do subscribe and smash the like button. We make videos on here about reviews, features as well on tech, futuristic tech, cars, laptops, phones, you name it, you find them on here. So if you like videos like this, or if that's your thing, then please do subscribe. Let's get on with it. In the world of monitors, whether it's gaming monitors, whether it's just office monitors, that kind of stuff, Huawei has found a way to sort of create a balanced monitor that you can use for all sorts of different things. I wouldn't say this is made for gaming, but you can still game on it, for example. But like I said, it's balanced, so you can be able to game on it. You can edit your photos and videos on it, and you can even watch videos if you don't mind the letterboxing. And you can also just use it for general work environment and use it as a multi-display sort of setup. Before we get into the design and how this actually works in the real world, let's talk about what you get in a box. So you do get a power brick in there, so 135 watts power brick, and you can also use it to charge your phone if you like, or your laptop as well. It's a USB-C power brick, so that's really good. It's a good addition to have. It means you don't have to carry extra chargers with you if you have other devices in your bag already. Then you get a USB-C to USB-C cable to connect this up to your device. So whether it's a laptop, a smartphone, or even a tablet device, you'll be able to connect those up very quickly using that cable. You also then get your user guide in a box, but this comes in Chinese language because this is the international version. But if you do get one that's local to you, like in the UK, you will get a UK user manual in a box. So rest assured, you'll be okay in that area. One thing that's missing in the box is a cleaning cloth. I wish they included that in there, because I can imagine when you're touching this and stuff like that, you'd want to wipe it down every now and then using recommended cleaning cloth. But it's easy to wipe down just using microfiber cleaning cloth if you wish to do so. Moving on to the design though, one thing that really does stand out is the way they've balanced this old monitor itself. So whether it's your gaming, whether it's you watching movies, whether it's you working just on your document, for example, this is well balanced in the way that it's actually designed. It's got a nice near bezel-less display, which looks very snazzy. It's nice and thin as well. So if you look at the side profile, it looks pretty slim and slick, which I really like. I also like the color as well. It's got this nice aluminium brushed finished as well, which looks really nice. It makes it look very premium. And then when we look on the base, this stand itself, it's not just any stand, as you can imagine. It's got a wireless touch area like NFC. So if you have a smartphone that's compatible, majority is Huawei smartphones, you'll be able to tap it on that NFC area and wirelessly project your phone onto the display itself, which is pretty smart. So again, if you have Huawei devices already, this makes this monitor a really good addition to the Huawei ecosystem, if that's what you're all about. Furthermore, on the base area, you do get two high power 5-watt speakers as well, and it's got 20 volts high voltage power amplifier. So when it comes to sound quality, this sounds really loud as well. So that's something that's valuable if you don't want to plug in your headphones. If you're using it in a studio environment, for example, you might just want to listen to loud music on there, and that is really loud. You're looking at around 75 decibels of in terms of maximum volume weighted, or the actual maximum volume is 78 decibels. So it's pretty loud when you compare this to other monitors. I've got two Samsung monitors behind the camera here, which they don't sound that loud, so I have to get my speaker monitor sound system in here to actually amplify that and help me with a better sound quality when it comes to that. Moving on to the ports, on the back you get some ports on the stand-ish. You get HDMI ports, you get a mini display inputs as well, and there's a USB-C port which also powers up the monitor. On the front, you have a USB-C port, you have 3.5mm audio jack, which you can also use for your microphone, and you got two USB-A ports. The MateView supports casting via DLNA, so you do get original picture quality as well. So when you plug it into your phone, for example, you still get that original picture quality that you have from your phone. It also has dual microphone array, which is great for noise reduction, and you also got echo cancellation. So if you're going to be using this, for example, for your Zoom calls, you rest assured that sound quality is going to be good in terms of microphone. People will be able to hear you clearly without all the echo around you and all the noise around you, which is a great addition to have. And it can also pick up your voice from up to 4 meters away. So if you happen to get up quickly to grab a cup of coffee whilst you're in the middle of a call, it will still pick up your voice up to 4 meters. One more design aspect of it as well is you can actually tilt the display itself, so you can tilt it up and down towards you for a better viewing experience. But what you can't do is swivel it left or right. You can adjust the height as well, so to allow you to sit properly at your desk, you can adjust the height for that. One thing that's missing really is that swivel to go left and right, and there's a bit of wobble as well. So if you sort of move it, you can see the wobble in the whole system there, which I'm not a big fan of. But I'm assuming it's not all the time you're going to be doing this to your monitor. But it's also kind of lightweight as well, so you can easily just rotate it just by grabbing it up top and move it around to suit your viewing preference. Onto the display quality itself though, which is what's most important about buying a monitor. This is very colorful, it's bright, vibrant, it's an IPS panel, and you can see the colors just comes out really nice, and the blacks level, and this is 98% DCI-P3 color gamut coverage, again, which is, I think, is great for photo editing. Maybe not for serious professionals who needs 100% or more, but 98% for me is more than enough, and it still grabs all the wide color gamut that I actually need for photo editing and even video editing as well. In terms of resolution, you're looking at 4K plus resolution, so that's 3840 by 2560, and it features over 1.5 million more pixels than the standard 4K resolution of 3840 by 2160, and you're looking at 1.07 billion colors. And like I said, this is very colorful. And in terms of brightness, you're looking at 500 nits of peak brightness, and this is also got 1200 by 1 contrast ratio, and it's VESA certified as well. So in terms of HDR, usually that's 400 nits, but this one is actually more than that, looking at 500 nits, like I said already. The MateView also supports a resolution of 2K for PC screencasting, and it does so as well at low latency. So when I connected my laptop here, it's actually a gaming laptop, when I connected it up to the monitor, I was able to watch videos in native resolution, and also game in really good resolution as well. So playing Forza Horizon 4 on here looks fantastic via my laptop. In terms of input though, this is probably the king of inputs for me, because you can connect to this via Bluetooth, you can connect it to this via your USB-C, via HDMI, via display ports. You've also got that Huawei OneHop as well. So if you have a Huawei smartphone or a Huawei laptop, you can use OneHop system to simply tap on there and project your phone onto the main display. And what you can then do as well is either use in mobile phone mode if you just want an extension of the display. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Or actually use it in desktop mode, which gives you a full array of a desktop experience. So whether it's you're browsing the internet, whether it's you're gaming on your phone, it's really cool. You can do that on here, which again, it just adds to the input experience. So you can connect via different inputs, which I kind of like. I think that's pretty smart. One thing that's worth mentioning though, that this is 3:2 aspect ratio. So when it comes to watching movies, you get the letterbox in up top and below it as well. But if that doesn't bother you, then that's not an issue, because sometimes as long as I can see what I'm watching, I'm fine. But it just means that it doesn't take the full advantage of the height of the display. Another design cue on there though that's interesting is a touch bar right at the top, right at the bottom. It's called Smart Bar or something like that, which means you can just sort of drag across it to adjust volume, for example. You can tap on it to bring up the display options and settings in terms of inputs and all that kind of stuff. So whilst you're using it with a phone connected, for example, I can change things like eye comfort, I can change brightness, I can change input source, I can change the color gamut, which I can switch between sRGB, 100% sRGB, or 98% DCI-P3, or I can just have the native color gamut on here as well, and double tap to go back takes you to the previous menu, or completely come out of the whole thing. And then you've got settings as well, which allows you to change things like energy savings, sound settings. But in sound settings, you can basically just change volume. You got display settings, which just allows you to change the color gamut options, and you can change things like language and factory reset it as well. But that's where you can do all that kind of stuff, which is pretty basic, and it's kind of neat. At first, I wasn't sure about the touch sensitivity and all that stuff and getting used to it. But once you get used to playing with that settings and swiping across, it's pretty straightforward to use and very easy to use as well. But overall, I love the design of this thing, and I think the color quality is very good as well. Whether you're watching movies or playing games, for example, it looks fantastic. I love the design, like I said already. And I think people that will really love this are Huawei users who have Huawei ecosystems already, like phones, tablets, laptop, etc. But it's also useful for everybody else if you have, like I've been using an Asus laptop with it to sort of game on it as well. I've tried my Samsung phone on it for external display. So it all works in different ways for different people. But like I said, Huawei users will find this really useful. But overall, really good product, and it's something that I'd actually recommend. And I can imagine me getting two of this and having them side by side. But over to you though. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you pay for this? Would you get it? All the pricing and availability information will be in the description area, so do check that out. But yeah, in the meantime, if this is your first time around here, please smash the like button and share it, and subscribe as well. And don't forget the bell notification, because every time I upload a video like this, you get notified. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.